Welcome back to M-Dub.
C.
Okay.
M-Dub-C.
There we go.
M-Dub-C.
There we go. Babe, today's a very big show. It's our first show recording right before a PLE, which means we need to make our predictions for this show, this is the second biggest PLE of the year. It's the only other two-night event besides WrestleMania. But we'll get to that in a little bit. We have some things to discuss first, but just know our predictions are coming up for SummerSlam.
I have not decided on all of them, so we're going to have to make some judgment calls in the moment.
Judgment calls. Sometimes you gotta go with your
Judgment
gut.
calls on Judgment Day.
Yeah, are there any Judgment Day people in match? Yeah, Liv, I guess.
Yeah, Liv.
Liv and Dom.
Oh, yeah.
And Dom. I have a kind of a hot
Dom's
take on that
match
one.
is going to be interesting.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it will be interesting. We'll see what happens. But we will be doing something that you'll love because you're very competitive. We're going to be keeping track from here on out for PLEs who gets the most correct.
Oh, no.
Whoever gets to hold the toy belt we have, maybe. I don't know. We're going to have to come up with what the winner gets. But
I am competitive, but this one makes me nervous.
well, you're one of those people that gets like really lucky doing March Madness and stuff.
That is true.
So even though you're really uneducated in wrestling, I think you could. I'm just kidding.
I mean, like, I am less educated than you are.
No.
But I feel like my education is pretty robust at this point.
Robust.
Robust.
But before we get to that, we had a big Monday Night Raw, and something very big happened. And I think it's your fault. But Sol Ruca lost her Intercontinental title. And I'm pretty sure it's your fault.
WWE was listening.
Because all the people like you going, why does she have the title? She worked her life for this.
Okay, she
and now
did.
she's sad. And it's your fault because you didn't believe in her.
She did work her life to get to this point. However, she was too young in the main roster to have made it where she made it.
Well, the WWE listened.
Thank you.
I will say this.
Thank you, Triple H.
Her
Noted.
losing, I instantly like her more because she has like a thing that is a story marker that she lost the title and she lost it kind of dirty. Like to me, it instantly worked for me to be like, okay, I can root for Sol a little bit more now.
I agree. This is how it should have started. This is how it should have been.
I thought you'd be so excited. I had watched the match and I sat you down to watch this match. I go, Adrienne's going to be so happy.
You got so mad at me.
I wasn't mad. I was just surprised.
No, you were ticked.
I wasn't ticked. I was flabbergasted that your response was this. I thought you'd be so happy.
Because Raquel wins. Sol's on the ground.
I look over at you. I thought you'd be
devastated.
going, yes, she lost the title. And you're looking mad at the TV. And you go, so Raquel can beat her, but Becky can't? Like,
it's a valid response.
Sol can't even lose correctly to you.
I mean, she can. I am glad that she lost in this instance. I think that she does need to work it, but I'm just pissed at what they did to Becky.
Becky's been gone. I wonder what they're going to do. Maybe she's the fifth person in the ladder match. That'd be cool.
Ooh, that would be cool.
That would who I would hope.
Because you had a hunch that it was going to be Stephanie Valkyrie.
I've heard rumbling just because she's been gone for a while, but Becky would make a lot of sense
I keep
too.
asking where she is.
Because if Becky gets it, then they do Becky versus Rhea, and that's really good. That's a rematch from a couple WrestleManias ago for the title. Because they said Rhea gets a rematch whenever she's back to whoever wins this.
Okay.
Like that's why they're calling it an interim title.
I know. I do feel really bad for Rhea.
Yeah, she's had some rough injuries. But before we get to our SummerSlam picks, since Sol lost, I think it's time that you start to open your heart to Sol. And so
open my heart and soul.
Open your heart and soul to Sol and heart.
Okay.
So to help you with this, I feel like I can help you have positive feelings toward her.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm the person you love most in the world. So I thought maybe if you take some time to look at this picture of me and Sol Ruca together.
I forgot you even had that.
You love me and I'm standing next to Sol.
I got you that abominable shirt. I love it so much.
And so does this make you like Sol more because I'm standing next to her?
No. But you know what did make me love Sol more? Is that she kicked ass in that match.
It was a really good match.
Like, she did so much work. It was incredible. It was insane. And I loved that part. And I even turned to you before she lost and was like, wow, she is hustling. Like, that's impressive.
I think her and Raquel have good chemistry because they did 2 matches in a row of these two. And the previous one was Sol's best match.
I also think that Sol needed to warm up in the main roster. And
I'm holding this up until you smile at Sol.
Here's the thing. Like, I don't dislike her as much
No,
anymore.
I know. But I really thought you would be like so pumped, and you were looking at TV so ticked.
Okay.
So Raquel can beat her, and even during the match, I guess you kind of preface this because during the match you're like, "See, it's gonna make sense when Sol beats her." And I go, "Yeah, it's gonna make a lot of sense."
I did. Yeah, I did say that.
I'm pumped for Raquel though, and she was so cool with the bloody nose, holding up the title.
Okay, so I saw it after the fact, and I guess they had edited the cut, but they panned away. So, like, I honestly only saw like a hint of blood twice, I think.
Yeah, if you watch Monday Night Raw after they've cut out all the commercials and stuff, I don't know when it happens, probably the next day. Because even if you watch it late the same night, it's the same broadcast. But I usually get to see it the night of, so I have not noticed these cuts before. But they really cut away from Raquel's.
Do you think they did that for Lyra too?
That's interesting. No, because that wasn't on net. I wonder if Netflix has certain rules. Because the
Oh,
Lyra and Bailey one was
because we
on
showed that to
Peacock.
Carter. Like, we showed it to our friend after, and
Yeah.
I thought it was the same.
Yeah, that's interesting. But it's weird if you go back and watch it.
Honestly, I did not know that her nose was busted until the commentators said something about it. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, is she bleeding?
Yeah.
They were like, oh, I've had broken noses before. That's for sure broken. And I was like, I can't see anything.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of blood. So they do a weird thing where they have these really wide shots that they cut to that you'd never see in the actual broadcast, but they did it. If you go back and watch it, it's kind of lame. Because everybody was saying how, and they did show Raquel a little bit holding the title up when she had a little bit of blood on her face, but people were comparing it to Becky Lynch when Nia Jax
Which
broke
I
her.
thought was very sweet.
Yeah, like it's a really cool moment for her. So I'm pumped. We'll still keep checking in about Sol Ruca. Any other thoughts about?
I don't have a ton of opinions on Raquel because I feel like I just haven't seen that much of her. Like, Liv definitely takes the majority of all the attention for Judgment Day.
Yeah.
And then Roxanne came in and there was kind of that storyline for a little bit. So I don't really know Raquel very well.
I think she's one that the crowd's been rallying behind just because she's kind of like borderline moving up a level. So this is a big moment for her to win a singles title. But here's what's really interesting about it is
Dígame, tell me.
looking at SummerSlam, what if Liv loses the title? And now in the Judgment Day, Raquel's the only one with the title. I think they're really close to switching Raquel babyface because Liv won't be able to be around her as a champion if Liv doesn't have a belt. Or they could be double champions together. That could happen too. But I feel like people want Raquel as like a babyface.
Okay. Interesting. I like that take.
What did you think of the Danhausen and Joe Hendry concert?
Oh,
Did it work for you?
I believe that you are cursed. They just repeated that a lot.
I know.
I thought
I
it
was-
was comical.
Yeah.
I could understand how really devout wrestlers, because this is a religion at this point, could be very frustrated by that.
Yeah. I will say I enjoyed it. 'Cause
I liked the mini housens.
Yeah, I can enjoy the sillier stuff. But I will say I wish there was like one more verse or something.
Instead of just, I believe that you are cursed.
Yeah. I wonder if they
What
had
if there was another verse and they just kind of got lost in the moment and then
They're
just
like,
started
"Let's just
repeating
keep
it? They're
doing
like,
it."
I guess.
Well, I know they're kind of waiting for that boxer to like do whatever he was gonna
Oh,
do.
yeah. I actually didn't know who that guy was.
They'd
He-
only prefaced it in the night. He's in a big boxing match
Cool.
that TKO probably owns. Well, for sure owns the. Yeah, it didn't super do a whole lot. Although I do like
He
seeing
smashed
Judgment
a
Day
guitar.
beat up the Little Housens.
Are they little housens or mini housens?
I think you can say either.
Okay.
I think we get.
Let's ask them what they
I
prefer.
think either one we know what we're talking about.
Yeah, they were, honestly, they really made me laugh.
Well, when they initially debuted at WrestleMania, they were called the Midget Housens, and Michael Cole even said, "And
Are we allowed to say
no,"
that?
he said, and it's okay that I'm saying this. This is what they want to be called. That's what he said on the announce.
Okay.
Because I'm sure he's ready for people to be really mad at him. But I think they've gone away from calling them that, probably for good reason. Because even if you say they want to, people are just going to be mad anyway.
Fair. Oh, I was just going to say, like, the last thing from Monday Night Raw was Seth and Roman going, like, battling it out on the mic at the end. That was fun for me. I liked that.
What did you like about it?
I liked this goes back to like the tall, dark, handsome, and kind of mysterious shadow daddy type
Shadow
vibe
Daddy, yeah.
of all my romance books. But when Seth is like really digging into Roman, and Roman just kind of does the slow, like you you can almost hear him do like a little growl or something as he goes,
Yeah.
like goes to kind of like crack his neck a little, like, ooh, I'm getting ready to pounce. And I'm like, oh,
He's so good with his face.
he is.
Like, it's just little movements.
Because it's really stoic most of the time.
But you can
and
tell.
then you can feel the tension building in these like minute movements in his face.
Yep. 100%.
Just like the, oh, that will live.
He's so good at it.
Yeah, I love it.
I feel like you're enjoying it for different reasons than I am, but
It's fine. We don't need to comment on those.
it's a good segment though.
Yeah, I liked it.
It's crazy how far just one little talking segment can go if they get one good dig in. That makes me so excited for a match.
But what was it when Seth told Roman, like, basically just egging him on, saying that I'm going to make you lose in front of your family and you're going to be, you know, like devastated in front of them, and they'll leave crying and daddy's a loser.
Well, and I think the last thing he said was, and your family's going to know that you're my bitch. That's the last thing he said.
Oh, yeah, that is the last thing he said. But when he said the line, like, daddy's a loser, I was like, dude, you also have a kid. Like, stop. Like, that was the line for me, not everything else.
That's funny. Yeah, that was a good segment. I'm also excited. I thought Sol Ruca was very funny in his little segment this time. I don't know if it worked for you, but Solo coming out in the white suit.
Yeah,
It doesn't work for you.
I can't really get invested in his storyline very much. I thought that honestly it was better when I first started watching wrestling, more enduring it while all of your friends were over and this was on. And there was more like direct beef between Solo and the Usos. Well, like Solo was a part of the bloodline and was like
we started watching when it was
when he had the, what is it, the Umafala? I don't know what it's called.
Ufalafa.
The Ufal.
That's what LA Knight called it. It is the Ulafala.
The Lufa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was more invested in that storyline with him.
I do think the story for him was not as interesting after the Civil War storyline. That's why this is more interesting.
Like, he really, really dropped off my radar when he was with, what was it, the Wyatt 5?
Yeah, well, he was the MFT, which was a silly name.
Yeah.
With the Tongans.
Yeah.
I could see a world where he actually turns on LA Knight and Royce in this match coming up.
Is that your take?
It might be colored by me just wanting it because I want like full strength bloodline, but we'll see. We'll get into our takes now, I think. Anything else you want to talk about? SummerSlam 2026, Minnesota. Mm-hmm. It's the My Wife Thinks Marriage Wrestling Conversations. My Wife Thinks production.
There we go.
Wrestling picks for this PLE. We're going to jump through and we'll go Saturday first. And we have 12 matches to get through. And you have to make a definitive pick. None of this like, well, if this happens and this person's going to win, you just have to tell me who's going to win. Okay? I gave you this homework hours ago.
I know.
And I said, did you make your picks? And you go, well, there's some I don't know. I go, this is why I gave you.
I made picks for the majority of them.
So let's start with Fatal Influence versus Nikki, Brie, and Paige.
Fatal Influence.
You think they're going to win, huh?
I think they're going to win. And I think that will cause drama between the Bella twins and Paige.
I like that. I kind of feel like what I said last week, that they're just wanting them to be friends, is what's going to happen. So our first picks are going to differ. Okay. Because I think Brie, Nikki, and Paige win because it's not for the titles. It's just a 6-woman tag. So I feel like they can have just like a happy good guys win moment. That's my guess.
Oh, I don't think I realized that the title wasn't involved.
No, it's not, because it's not. It'd be cool if they could do a 6-way. Actually, Nate.
Well, I guess that makes sense because it's 3-on-3 and it was tag team titles. So that makes sense. That changes it a little bit, but I'm going to stick with Fatal Influence.
Okay, I like it. I can see this one going either way.
I hope that happens.
I think yours is more interesting.
I should write.
Let's go to the next 6-person tag. What we were just talking about. Usos and Fatu versus LA Knight, Royce Keys, and Solo Dolo Sikoa.
I'm just not into the storyline very much. I wish that I was. I know. And I can get behind Bloodline stuff. It's just like LA Knight and Royce Keith, like it just feels like an odd pairing. I guess trio.
Kind of intentionally so. I agree.
Yeah.
Their story is just that.
And let's be honest, I just don't really buy LA Knight hating the bloodline so much.
Oh, why?
It just feels like, why get involved, man?
They have screwed him over multiple times. Like, before we started watching, he had a chance to beat Roman, and obviously there was bloodline interference. Like, some of the history we weren't there for.
So there's context.
I just think it's a losing battle. But I understand why he's upset. And you can't be beefing with the Vision and the bloodline. I'm like, dude, you gotta just look out for yourself and be smarter.
I feel like the Usos and Fatu are going to win, but that they're going to have to play dirty a little bit to do it. Or, oh, here's a twist. If it kind of comes down to Fatu versus Keys, and Fatu has the moment to make the kill and he doesn't, because weren't they best friends?
Oh, so like Fatu falters in the moment.
Yeah.
He's already made some, drastic turns on him, but I agree that could be a thing. Not drastic, but he has attacked him already, but
that would be compelling, and I kind of hope that happens. But ultimately, I think the Usos are going to win on this one. Then I have additional reasoning that we'll get to at a later match.
Okay. I also have Usos winning, and what I would like to happen is Solo to betray Royce and LA Knight and join the bloodline.
Okay.
That's my hope.
Okay.
I don't think it's necessarily the story they're telling, but that is my hope. I'm interested to see what that plays into later for you, because I have some ideas, but we'll get there.
I feel like I could get into the storyline. I'm into the Usos and Fatu. Like, that makes sense to me, but the opposing team, I haven't bought into yet.
I can agree with that. I'm not super into LA Knight. Royce seems like he will be cool, but I don't know him well enough. But I do love Solo Sikoa and just the tension between his older brothers he's fighting. I just wanted to point this out. It is interesting that not the last PLE, but WrestleMania, the Usos were also in a 6-man tag team match. Do you remember who their partner was at that point?
No.
It was LA Knight. Because they were beefing with the Vision. That's why I'm like, LA Knight, you got to stop beefing with every big faction. Because it was at that WrestleMania where Roman won the title. And that's what kind of brought the bloodline back together. But at the point before that, LA Knight was like, you guys are kind of done with the bloodline, so we can go against the Vision together. So that's an interesting arc. It's just weird to have to have a 6-man tag where he's on one side and then the other. But
tangent off of that, it is weird that Solo ever was the tribal chief, like, against Roman.
I think it feels
and
like
I know
that to
that
us.
was before we started watching, but like, based on their wrestling skills, I don't see that happening. So I guess we have some homework and we can go back and do some research. But
yeah, I don't know if I think he just stole the Ulafala. I don't think they ever had a tribal combat match to determine he won it.
Oh, he just stole the necklace?
Because what happened was Roman lost to Cody.
Okay.
And then Solo's like, why should we be following you? Like, you're not even the champ anymore. And so they blindside Roman and they attacked Paul Heyman and he made his own bloodline. So yeah, they might have had some matches.
And then remember when he had shoes around his neck?
That wasn't him. That was Bronson Reed.
It was, yeah. All right.
The Shulafala.
The Shulafala. That made me laugh. Next match.
All right, moving on. This one I'm very excited for. I don't know
This
how
one
you feel
I'm very
about it.
interested in.
Really?
Yeah.
Nick Aldis and Gunther.
I have never seen Nick Aldis wrestle, so this is an unknown.
A lot of people haven't.
But there's a lot of rage behind Nick.
Yeah.
And so I think he's going to win.
You think he'll beat Gunther, huh?
Yeah, I think he will.
That would be wild. I'd be there for it. I think wrestling fans would really complain. They go, well, you have Gunther beat all these legends, but he can't beat a general manager. But I think that'd be really interesting. I'm so excited to see how buff Nick Aldis looks.
I know he's been wearing
huge.
all these boxy suits and stuff, but yeah, he's huge.
I love that.
I think he has a lot of rage. I think that a lot of people hate Gunther, and so it would be easy to play a little dirty around the ring.
I think Gunther wins.
Or, I mean, he was a general manager, so refs would probably side with him over Gunther.
That's an interesting take. Although he had to relinquish his general managership.
I know. But
he's younger than I think he's younger than Cody. He kind of seems older because he wears suits all the time, but he's younger than a lot of the top stars right now.
Honestly,
and he was a big wrestler for a while.
That doesn't surprise me that he's younger than Cody, but I would have pegged them for about the same age.
I could be wrong on that, but I think
Well, let's not fact check let's just say it as fact. Nobody else
Yeah.
check it out either. Next match.
I'll say I think Gunther wins, but I think Nick Aldis gives him a run for his money. And Gunther is like relieved to get out of that match and not.
I could see that happening.
That's my guess.
Yeah.
But you're sticking with Nick Aldis?
I think yours is probably more probable, but I'm just really holding out for this one.
Okay. We're going to have a definitive winner between us, it seems like.
I hope so.
I was kind of worried we'd have all the same ones. All right, now we're moving on to the Women's World Championship. Io Sky versus Liv Morgan. I think Io Sky's taking this belt, one, for the reason of that Raquel story.
Mm-hmm.
And two, I think they're just going to have Io have a lot of cool matches on Monday Night Raw. I feel like they haven't been using her very much. And I think they could have her defend this title on Raw. And I think the Liv story, Liv's been champion a bunch and she'll be champion again. So the storyline's more interesting with Liv losing, even though I love Liv more.
You and I were talking about this one particular match before we sat down. And I said that I really hoped that Liv wins because she's a funny champion. Like, she trash talks so much.
Yeah, she's the best.
No offense. I think Io is very cute and sweet and a really good wrestler. But I just don't think it would be as fun of a champion. But then I remembered that Liv Morgan is cursed. So
yeah, she is cursed.
So she's going to lose.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. So you're not picking Liv? You're picking Io also?
No, I'm picking Io.
All right.
Because she's cursed.
She's cursed. Next up, we have Hell in a Cell. And here's a fun fact for you.
Okay.
You know how wrestling had a PG era? Like, there was the Attitude Era. And then when John Cena was like the main guy, they call it the PG era.
Oh, okay.
Because it was like 4 kids more.
Mm-hmm.
And like, honestly, like a lot of like hardcore wrestling fans really did not like the WWE at that point. Did you know it was so PG that they actually called it Heck in a Cell for a couple years?
Are you being serious?
Yeah, John Cena won a couple Heck in a Cell matches.
Why wouldn't they just rename it?
I think for branding reasons.
Okay. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's very funny, though.
It's not true.
I said, are you serious? And then you said yes.
Yeah, playing the bit.
You suck.
It's funny, though.
It didn't even sound believable.
But you
which
believe
is
me.
why I questioned it. And you're like, no, it's real. Is the PG era real?
The PG era is real. Yeah.
Well, now I don't know what to believe.
That one is real.
I knew the Attitude Era was real.
Yeah. So I think to get a broader audience, they started cleaning it up and it was like really PG. We have some PG-13 stuff, I would say now.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not anything like the Attitude Era even now. But before this, it was squeaky clean, good guy John Cena winning all the time. I got you to believe me. That's great.
Divorce is imminent.
Okay. Heck in a Cell.
You're so proud of yourself for that.
Oba family versus Brock Lesnar. Their third match. They're 1-1 against each other. Who do you have?
This is one that I haven't decided on. I'm going to talk you through my thoughts.
Okay.
I know that usually when someone retires, they lose, right? Like on their way out. But this is one where I feel like he agreed to come back.
But he may not be retiring. People are just kind of assuming that, but that's not been said. So
That's fair. I'm kind of assuming that he's retiring, but came back to do like a kind of last run. I think that this would be really cool for a few different reasons if Brock won. One, he gets to leave if he retires on top. And I think that he's worked really hard and that would be kind of cool. And I guarantee that he said, well, I don't know if he actually said this, but if I were him, I would not have come back after putting my shoes out at WrestleMania to go out under Gunther. You know what I mean? Like the career killer.
Yeah.
So I could see the WWE having him lose and having Oba be on top, but I also think it's a better story if Brock wins and then he's out on top and Oba Femi isn't infallible, right?
Yeah.
So, but he's still the top dog. But there will always be Brock Lesnar who he couldn't beat.
Looming over him.
Yes. And I think that will help like fuel his fire, his need.
That's compelling. I like it.
So for the storytelling purposes, kind of hope that Brock wins.
And that's your pick? Because picks and hopes can be different.
Picks and hopes can be different. Yeah, I am going to pick Brock.
Okay. I think that puts you in a very small group of people, but I love that you're doing it because I'd be down for that too. My guess is, because it's Brock Lesnar's hometown, I think it's going to be a really back and forth, close call match. But I think Oba's going to win, and I think Brock is going to like respect him at the end. And that's what's going to bring the story, or like bring the crowd all, because the crowd might be on Brock's side because it's his hometown. So I see Brock winning and him raising Oba's hand. That's my guess, as a sign of respect.
No. No,
Okay.
when you talk that much at each other, you can't just raise a hand at the
We're
end.
a PG-13 podcast.
Sorry.
Okay.
If you talk that much crap, garbage, smack at each other, you can't just raise a hand at the end. I'm not on board with that.
I like it. Moving on to the main event of night one, Euromantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Punk versus Cody. How does this love story end?
I have made up my mind on this one. Cody wins, but he has to play dirty to get there. And my theory is that CM Punk will be winning and Cody it'll look kind of conflicted at first. Like, does he play dirty? Does he not? And then he chooses to play a little dirty. And then he realizes he has to keep doing it throughout the rest of the match. And then it gets easier and easier for him, that it's just dirty thing after dirty thing.
So I think he's going to be full heel after this.
I don't know if it's full heel, but at least in this match, there will be a heel and a baby face, and he will be the heel.
This is another one we're going to disagree on our picks, but I would love to see that. I would need Cody to be full heel, though. And I think he would be, because I think the fans there would be really upset he got the title back so fast. Because that's always a complaint about Cody. It's like he loses it and then gets it back like right away. Mm-hmm. And so that's an added element where people are going to be mad. And so it wouldn't take much of him playing dirty
for people to be really upset about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're going to keep the belt off Cody. I think Punk's going to win. I like your story better, but I think Punk's going to win. That's my guess.
Okay, fine.
That's fine. It's good. We're disagreeing. Makes it more compelling.
Fair.
All right, we're moving on to night 2, starting with Penta versus Chad Gable. Full circle story, since what sent Chad Gable on the whole Lucha Grande Americano storyline was that he was Penta's first match, and Penta beat him in Penta's first match, and that's what sent Chad Gable on this whole this whole thing. Now he's back. Who do you got?
I didn't realize that context behind it.
It's also his hometown, Chad Gable's hometown.
See, I had picked Penta. I still think I'm going to go with Penta, because I think that then the entire arena, knowing that it's Chad Gable's hometown, will still cheer for him. And like, now that he's a babyface, like he can do the raised hand, because that makes sense now that they respect each other. If he loses, and then the whole crowd will still love Chad, and it'll be great.
I think this is going to be the clear feel-good moment of SummerSlam. I think Chad's going to win. But I like how much we're disagreeing. For once, I like that. Okay, moving on. I think you don't even know what's going on in this match, because they've done a really bad job of telling this. So it's Trick versus Baron Corbin.
Yeah, I remember that Baron Corbin came back and had been a wrestler at some point, and then was talking a bunch of trash. And I'm like, I don't even know who you are. I think that Trick Williams will win. And that's it.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Well, they've done a really bad job. So WWE has a deal with USA that for half the year, SmackDown's 3 hours. And then for the other half, it's 2 hours. So they had just switched to 2 hours recently, because it's mid-year. And I think they've had a hard time putting the show in. Because if you remember, we saw one episode where Gunther was beating up Nick Aldis, and we saw Cody run out.
Yeah, and then it ended.
But the episode ended. The next week, it was the qualifying match for who gets to fight Sammy, and I didn't even see this. I saw them make this match official. I'm like, they didn't even talk about this on SmackDown. But I guess the show ended, and Baron Corbin came out and attacked Trick Williams, and then they made that match official. So they missed one opportunity to like tell the story more. I think the only reason you bring in a guy like Baron Corbin without much storyline, I think you take the title off Trick and make Trick chase it, which is more interesting. That's where I'm at.
That makes a lot of sense.
But it could be Trick winning.
I just don't know anything about him, and that feels kind of weird to have a title just be fully removed by a stranger.
It's true.
I'm
Stranger
sure,
danger.
I'm sure stranger things have happened in the WWE. I'm saying Trick Williams, so he
Okay.
can sell more of those fuzzy white belts.
It is true. That is a good point. Or maybe they're like, we have to not make more of these fuzzy white belts.
Okay, yeah. They're like, please, can anyone come out of retirement?
Yeah. Okay, moving on to our next Judgment Day one. We have Dirty Dom, Danhausen.
I think Danhausen is going to get it. And I think that because Judgment Day is cursed.
Because they're cursed.
And I am so excited to see how Danhausen wins because
It's always crazy.
Dom is hands down the better wrestler. Like there's no way around it. But this is just such a funny storyline. I think that this is a feel good moment of like watching Danhausen rise to the top.
Yeah.
Is so funny. I'm sure that a lot of, once again, devout wrestlers probably hate Danhausen. I adore him.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love how much he's worked, and
The whole Knicks thing really sealed the deal for him.
yeah.
What do you think for that one?
I think you're probably right. I have this weird feeling, this weird cursed feeling in my heart.
Okay.
I feel like Danhausen is kind of due for a loss. I think you're probably right, but I'm gonna go.
Which match is first? Liv's match is first. So what if she loses because she's cursed?
Right.
And then everyone's like, oh, Dom, you're going to lose because Judgment Day is cursed. But then he wins. And then they're like, so Liv, actually, you just lost. And like, there's weird tension.
Oh, it's like
Judgment
it wasn't
Day.
a curse. It was
Yeah.
just. See, that'd be interesting. I like that.
That would be interesting.
I could also seeing that Dom wins and they think the curse is broken, but then just lots of way worse stuff happens after this match.
Oh my gosh. Or like, he's walking
Or
out.
him and Liv break up, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they think it's stopped. But I like
Maybe
that
he
thinking too.
he gets out of the ring and like just jumping down, like breaks a leg or something.
Yeah.
I don't actually want him to break a leg, but I just mean like something catastrophic happens.
Yeah.
That is very compelling to me.
It is compelling, and there's just a weird part of me that thinks it, but I would guess you're probably right, but I'm gonna pick the other way just because I have this weird thing in my it'd be interesting to see him lose. He's like 18-0 since he started in the WWE, which is crazy.
Didn't the Miz beat him?
No, he's never lost a match.
Oh, I guess no. He just got like kind of ambushed, and, like beat up.
There
but
was
it wasn't
one
an official
where
match.
Danhausen went to curse the Miz, and the Miz ducked, and the ref got cursed, and then Miz pinned him, and the ref went 1, 2, and then the ref's arm got stuck. And so Danhausen kicked out. That's funny.
Why is the storyline so funny?
It's so insane.
Okay, this next match is one that I'm interested to hear your pick first.
I'm like, my heart is going to break either way in this match.
Okay, Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn.
I think the storyline dictates, I mean, that's a strong word, but I think if we're feeding Sammy's character as this guy that just gets screwed over, I think Finn's going to win.
Finn's my pick.
But I'll be so happy. It's such a one where I'm happy and sad either way, because I'll be so happy that Finn gets a title shot, but I'm gonna be so sad for Sammy. But I think the sadness and anger for Sammy is better for his character. If Finn loses, then it's just kind of nothing for Finn. But if Sammy loses, that adds to his character. So I think that's what's gonna happen. We're in agreement.
I can't believe that you're gonna go with Finn, but yeah,
Just
because this is your.
Yeah, pull up the picture, please. Pull up the picture.
It's your boy.
I have to say it to Sammy's face. Okay.
Okay.
Sammy.
Yes, Jordan.
That's your Sami Zayn voice.
Yes, Jordan.
Sammy.
What? I'm the last real good guy.
You are the last real good guy, and unfortunately,
Good guys finish last.
good guys often finish last. And I want you to win, but Finn's gonna win.
Look at this happy face.
I'm so sorry. It's breaking my heart to say this to your face. You're so happy. You're so happy to be with me. Look at us. Sammy, your time will come. Maybe it won't. Maybe you'll never be champion again. I don't know.
All right.
All right, we're going with Finn. That'd be a great moment for Finn, though.
Yeah, I'd be excited for him.
Okay.
Do you know he used to date Becky Lynch?
I do. I learned about it in that book behind you.
It was a great read.
Great read.
This one I'm very interested. Okay, so the next match is, what is it called? A Fatal 5-Way?
This one's just a 5-woman ladder match. There's not really a name for a 5.
Okay.
And it's a ladder match too, so it's not.
So we've got Charlotte Flair, Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton, Chelsea Green, Mystery for the last one.
Yep.
What are your picks? Sorry, who do you think the mystery will be?
They might just decide it on SmackDown. Maybe they're having one more match on Friday. There's rumors that we won't know till the day of. It'll be a surprise return, which would be interesting because then we could have Stephanie return.
Mm-hmm.
Becky's been gone a long time. She could be the last person. It'd be fun to put her back in the main title picture.
Mm-hmm.
I think those could be compelling, but with what we know who's in the match, my pick for this one, because it's interim women's champion. I think this is a feel-good moment that everyone's been rallying behind her ever since Unreal came out, and people want to see her on top. They've been giving her better matches. This is time for our girl Chelsea Green.
Okay, I am kind of mad that I let you go first for this one because I also have picked Chelsea Green.
We can have the same pick.
But here's my reasoning for it. I think that Charlotte and Jade only have eyes for each other and that they're going to be like battling it out, and that I think Chelsea and Tiffy are going to have some weird moments.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Chelsea may get the pin on Tiffany.
It's not a pin, though. It's a ladder match.
Oh, that's true. Sorry.
To me, that makes it even more believable
that Chelsea would get it.
Yeah. Can't you picture her sitting all with the title on top of the ladder, all excited?
With her like...
Yeah, it's going to be... I want that so bad. That's what like my number one want from...
Okay, and then we even are looking at least I'm looking at Chelsea Green, like a giant picture of her on the wall.
Yeah, I'm not going to pull it down, but you did buy me. One of the first big wrestling things you bought me was a giant signed Chelsea Green photo.
I thought it was the same size as the Liv Morgan one above your head, and I did not check the measurements, so when it came, I was like, holy cow.
I love how big it is.
Me too.
Okay,
she signed it so big.
Yeah, I mean, you got to take up some space on that big thing.
Oh, I love her.
We're
Go
in
Chelsea.
agreement there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this leads us to our last match. This one I go back and forth on every day.
Seth. I think Seth wins it.
You think Seth wins it?
Because Roman has never beaten Seth before. And I think this is the time. This is why I picked the Usos to win the 3-on-3. Because I think they will get it and it'll be like, oh yeah, the bloodline is so strong. We're like, we got this. We won this for you. And then Roman loses.
Oh. And do you think they turn on him like what happened before, or just the bloodline just doesn't have the same luster anymore?
I don't think that they necessarily turn on him, but I think it's more maybe like rumblings, like discontent. I guess Jay and Roman have had some beef in the past, like that could kind of bubble up. And we already know that Fatu.
Yeah, maybe Fatu goes, I don't respect, you don't have the title anymore. I pledged my loyalty to the champion Roman Reigns. I don't know. You don't see that?
Know. That one is a little harder for me to get behind because he seems pretty invested in like you are the tribal chief.
Sure.
But I think that this opens the door for some cracks.
Tension. I think there's compelling reasons for both. I agree with what you're saying. Also, at the end of WrestleMania when Roman won the title from Punk, in the post show, he said, all of you have been complaining I'm only part-time. Well, I'm going to be around all summer, which was very specific to say. Mm-hmm. And so I mean, that put in people's brains like, oh, he's going to lose the title at SummerSlam. Like even before we knew what the story would be. But on the other hand, they've been telling the story over and over about how Roman has one person he can't beat, and it's Seth. And it's true, you could double down and just have him lose again. It feels like this could be a redemption story of Roman winning and being that finally he beats Seth one more time.
Sorry, one time.
One time. He's beaten Seth in non-titles matches, but he's never beaten Seth in a big, like really big match.
I just think, where does the story go after that?
It's a good point. And I think if Roman is taking a break after SummerSlam, it makes a lot of sense for Seth to win it. But I feel like the story they've been telling is more about Roman overcoming the odds.
Or do you think there will be a winner? What if someone gets injured and the match is interrupted in some way and there's never a winner?
I think it'd be a terrible way to end SummerSlam with the final match, but it'd be interesting.
People would be so mad.
Yeah, I think there'll be a definitive winner. I did wear the shirt for a reason.
OTC.
OTC. I acknowledge my tribal chief.
We were in the Salt Lake airport and so many people, like you were wearing an OTC shirt.
This was my first time kind of wearing a wrestling shirt in public.
Which now you're shameless about it. So
well, it wasn't that I was shameless. I was like, I don't think people know what this is. Because I still hadn't comprehended how much. And I
was just walking around. I think I was pregnant that we were like, I was wheeling my suitcase. You had yours and we were coming out of the Delta Lounge.
Delta Lounge employee
does like this.
And it didn't click in my head what he was doing until we were way down the...
But it was like the slow lift too.
Yes, it was.
And I was like, what? And we were walking away and you were like...
I looked down and I go, oh, I'm wearing an OT. He was doing the Roman Reigns.
He just acknowledged. So funny.
Yeah, I quickly learned how, and even if I see someone wearing a wrestling shirt, I'm going to talk to him. But,
okay, and then there was like a little old lady who knew too.
Yeah, we went to a Nuggets playoff game.
Yes.
And I was wearing that. And yeah, she really wanted to talk to me about Roman Reigns. I had another guy randomly approach me to talk about, what do you think they're doing with John Cena? Isn't it so silly? And I was like,
yeah.
Wow.
People were looking for your hot takes.
Yep. And that's why we're here. So I think the night ends with Roman winning it. But I do agree. It makes more sense. Like Seth's story is in a hard place if he loses. But that's where I'm going.
Okay, I think Seth gets
Roman wins.
Ooh, okay. What do we win?
Yeah, we need to figure that out.
Do we get the children's title?
If I win, then I'm allowed to buy the fur title and you have to wear it for an episode.
And if I win?
You buy me the fur title.
Oh, good.
No, I don't know. We might have to figure this out off air.
I think, honestly, that we should just have the children's title belt.
Okay, we'll pass it.
Yeah. No, we won't pass it. It'll just be mine.
Well, I think maybe this is what we'll have. If whoever wins, the other person has to put the belt on them.
Okay.
Like remember when Becky made Lyra do that?
Yes.
That's what we're going to do.
Okay, great.
And then we have to
Can it please be the WWE cooler belt?
Yeah.
The children's one won't fit.
It's a cooler belt. That's very funny.
I can't wait.
Okay, well, I love doing these picks with you. I think you got some great takes. I think it'll be very surprising if we end up in a tie.
Are you kind of a little... I'm pandering for compliments right now, but are you like a little bit impressed by how well thought out all of my theories are?
Yeah.
And like, look at where I was a year ago with wrestling.
I know. I'm in love with you and I appreciate you.
Okay. But like a little more in love with me now?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I was in love with you before.
Fair. It's always questionable.
This has been our longest episode. We're going to have to cut this down.
Okay. Good luck.
MWC.
MWC.
Enjoy SummerSlam, and we'll talk to you next week.
I can't wait to be the reigning champ.
We'll see.